All right, December 10th, Tuesday, 2024. This is another video that I'm making for my blog or vlog or however you pronounce it. Vlog, I'm guessing. And so, I don't know what's going on here at this late hour in my campus, in my school. There's a group of students that are walking by. I remember something like this back then years ago with this gang stalking nonsense. At least a few years ago that I remember at the moment was like in Korea, like the timing, I feel like a zombie basically. And then like in the subway area, all these guys would just get out of the subway, the train basically, and then they would all walk like synchronous ways, and it was just all crazy in the mind at least, even though if you saw it from the bigger entire picture, it was just like nothing, you know? But it just seemed so weird for some reason when that happened. But anyway, so in this video, I like to talk about my experiences in the mental hospital institutions, psych wards, to share my experiences with others that have went through this kind of similar stuff, or people that are curious of or people that are curious about mental hospitals. So this happened like 10 years ago, I think. I don't know what the very first hospital that I was sent to, what the reason was, but I remember it being a state hospital. I think it was Northern Virginia Mental Health Institute, or yes, that's what it was. No, was it Northern Virginia Mental Health Institute, or what was it? I think that's what it was. It's a state hospital in Virginia. At first it was kind of crummy. It was kind of scary, you know, a little bit, because it's a mental hospital, being a state mental hospital too, you know, not like a private mental hospital that's very more lenient and just kind of more, you know, less like a military kind of, you know, how do I explain it honestly? Made basically. So when I went there, just like people that have experienced mental hospitals or jail as well, I experienced both, you know, unfortunately. But so what I experienced is you get hungry, when you're in those places, and you want to eat, food, and so like the nice thing about some of these hospitals is you can get double rations, and then be able to eat, more servings to fill you up basically, which is nice. What else is there? So when you go to these mental hospital first, so I got sent there basically by the police, I think, involuntarily sent by the police, and then it's called a TDO, temporary detention order, or something like that. Temporary detention order, was it TDO? Temporary detention order, I think that's what it's called. And then they detain you basically, and they see that, they think that you're a danger to yourself or others, and then they send you to the hospital. And then if you go to these like state hospitals, you stay there for at least a month or 3 months at most. It's just that horrible, honestly. So when you go there, you talk to your team basically, and then you tell them what's going on and whatnot, and what you're experiencing, and then they tell you certain medicines that you need to take, and then they put you on these medicine, and then that's it. Basically, you just take the medicine on schedule, on time, in the hospital that you're in, and then you go to these little group things that are mandatory because they want you to, I guess learn or stay awake during daytime instead of sleeping all day, possibly. So that's basically it, the main thing. You take your medicine, you see your doctor and your treatment team every day, I think, on the weekdays. I can't remember exactly. I think it was. Yeah. And then in the morning, basically, and then you go to your groups after you take your medicine, if you have morning medicine or nighttime medicine, and then you go to the groups. It could be whatever. It could be computer groups. It could be what else is there? Movie groups. It could be current events groups. It could be, what other groups are there? There's so many. Art group, so on and so forth. All these kind of groups. And then you basically do your time in the groups, and then after like 3 p.m. basically ish, you get done with groups, and then you have the entire day to yourself to watch TV or talk on the phone or talk to your family or friends or hang out with other people and talk to and whatnot. So it's not like the end of the world when you go there. It sucks when you go there involuntarily, all right, and then being that long, all right. That's what is a killer for me, being that long, literally, a month or 3 months. That is incredibly long to stay in one place where you can't use your phone, you can't have your freedom to do what you would do outside of the hospital, what you want to watch on television, get on the internet, computer to surf the net. I mean, granted, there are some times that you have groups where you can actually go to computer labs for like several minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, I think, or whatever it was, But it still doesn't feel the same when you're out and about, and your freedom to pull out your phone and look at your phone or, use your computer at home or whatever, So it's I don't know. It still sucks, but it's not too bad basically. The only bad that I said is what I said earlier of being locked in the hospital for so long, and then when you're a beginner of taking these medications, it's hell basically. It makes you drowsy, it makes you pace, it makes you all kinds of side effects at first. So those are like the crappy parts of mental hospitals. So that's the mental hospital that I was sent first to, where I told them that I'm being followed, gang stalked and whatnot, and then that's where they labeled me as a schizophrenic, paranoid schizophrenic, and schizoaffective disorder. And then that's where it happened, and then eventually I filed that to the VA because I was in the Army. And then I get my 100% permanent and total, disability basically, where I get paid $3,600 or something like that every month for the rest of my life. So that's a blessing, I suppose. But honestly, I'd rather not be dealing with none of this gang stalking stuff, and make my own money basically as an engineer or as a police officer or whatever, honestly, There's so many jobs that pay decent, So anyways, that's the one hospital that I went to. The other hospital was another state hospital where I stayed for quite some time and visited numerous times. Was what is it called? Western State Hospital. It's a pretty big and nice hospital, and it's like when you first go into that hospital, you meet your team basically. You tell them like I said earlier about the NVMHI. You talk to the the team, the doctors and whatnot, and then you tell them what's going on, and then they say what medicine you need to be on, and then they say you need to then there's like levels basically. Well, that was interesting. I just all of a sudden remembered when I was thinking of remembering what I was trying to say basically. That was pretty cool, I guess. So anyways, yes. there are levels basically in the hospital. So when you first go in there, you're level 1 basically, meaning you don't have a level, I don't think. First you gotta go and meet your doctors and your team and get your medications squared away, and then you gotta select groups and whatnot. Then you're level 1, where you can you basically have more privilege of freedom basically to go to a computer lab or something like that when you get there enough levels, or go to the gym and shoot hoops or whatnot. It's basically stuff like that. It's just rewarding, it's pretty nice, that kind of system. It motivates you, to get the awards, and they take you to Walmart and stuff too when you're at a much higher level, and then so on and so forth. I went to that. It's pretty sure it's a well-known hospital in Virginia, Western State Hospital, Northern Virginia Mental Health Institute, Inova. Did I say Western State Hospital? Yep. What other hospitals? Crossroads, I think. I think that's what it was called. Was nice too. What other hospitals did I go to? VA hospitals for the military, So overall, like, once you get used to it, once you get forced to go to these places, and then your body get used to the medicine and the environment and the groups and all that stuff, then it's not too bad. But don't get me wrong, it still sucks though, because you can't use your phone, you can't go outside and go see the sun and go outside and walk around and whatnot, So those kind of things are still there, but it's not the end basically. Is how I experienced it. And then like the medicine doesn't hurt anymore once you're on it for a while. So that's a plus, So I don't know. It's I met another friend in the VA. She told me basically that she had a good time in the VA meeting all these different military people basically. From the Marines to Army to Navy to whatever else basically. I don't think there was Air Force. She was Air Force, but anyways, she was Air Force and Army. But anyways, you get to meet people. That's how I think. When you get sent to the hospital, you get to meet people, you get to hang out, and it's not how do I say it? It's not the end basically. I like to just say it that way. It's not the end of the world, but it's not fun either, It's not great, obviously not. That's just how I like to describe mental hospitals. So anyways, I went to mental hospitals for over a year, on and off. That kind of stuff really just took a toll on my body, Just imagine being trapped in a hospital for 3 months at a time. And every time you go home, you're anxious that the cops are going to come in and they're going to take you away. Even if you take meds, if somebody thinks that you're not taking meds, they'll still take you away. And then say that you're not taking meds, so you need to be watched basically and be taking the meds basically, is what I'm obviously guessing. Yes, I didn't take my meds because the side effects and whatnot at first. And then now I get injections, which is, thankfully my body adapted and is able to handle these things now. But anyways, that's my experience as a victim of gang stalking, TI, target individual, over a year in a mental hospitalization. In Virginia, California, Illinois are the 3 states, and Korea as well, a whole different nation where I was sent to mental hospitals by the police or mental hospital people basically, staff or whatever you call them. So that's it basically. I think I covered everything. You watch movies, you play video games in the hospital. You can play card games as well. It's basketball outside for 30 minutes. Food is whatever. Groups, medicine, staff, other patients. What else is there? I think that's basically it, I think. And then, so that's it. Unfortunately, with me going to these mental hospitals and whatnot, not really unfortunately, because I can still talk about it and then talk about, this gang stalking stuff, the truth basically, and Christ basically, like in the biblical times when some of the people, some or a lot of people were sent to, jails and such, or mental hospitals too, I think possibly. I can't remember that part, but to preach about God basically. So I could be doing God's work like that too, by talking about the truth about gang stalking. I'm sure God wants us to talk about it and confirm what is obviously true in a world of AI and technology and whatnot. So I think this is his purpose for me, is how I see it, honestly. I went through the tough, I went through the suck, and I went through all of that to talk in front of an audience on YouTube, TikTok, whatever else, and share my experiences of mental hospital, jail, those kind of things. Okay, so that's with the mental hospitals. Oh yes, in South Korea, I don't know what it was. It was so eerie, honestly. I would see so many doves, white colored doves. Not what was it? Doves. So I would see doves, like so many times. It was so weird. Isn't it like a sign or some kind of meaning, possibly? With God, possibly it could be, and pigeons. Pigeons as well. That was quite interesting. So anyways, when I was in Korea, I went to a mental hospital called Glory Hospital, and that place was actually nice. The food was diverse, like had many types of different type of food, and what else was there? You can smoke cigarettes. What else is there? It was just nice. There's karaoke too upstairs, is what I remember. Karaoke, volleyball, or something like that, or not volleyball, but I think it was some kind of sporting game, and also what is it called? Volleyball? Not volleyball. I'm hearing voices right now, kind of making it hard for me to focus. But what is it called? What is it called? So they had sports, they had karaoke. For the people that don't know what karaoke is, a thing where you can sing basically. Singing thing with the mic and whatnot, They had ping pong as well, ping pong table as well. They had coffee in the morning. They had like people that bring in like chips and stuff, and you have to buy it separately, like as if it's jail or something like that, But it was nice though. You can eat basically. They had chips. They had ice cream. They had what else is there? Cigarettes, I think, if I'm right. They sold cigarettes as well, and this is when I used to smoke. I don't smoke anymore, but yeah. Oh man, I remember this. The torment was so bad that it would every time I smoked cigarettes, as difficult as it was from quitting, obviously, most people know how difficult it is to quit smoking. this mind control technology nonsense, you know what it did? Every time I try to smoke a cigarette, it would make me afraid of it because of the fire burning. For some reason, it would like light me up in flames, and it would like really burn me. I wouldn't physically see it, but I would feel it basically. That's one of the stuff that happened. The other times, this technology would be like, just give it head, like give it blow job head, in sex basically. So every time I sucked on the cigarette, the technology was saying, just suck it, suck on it like as if it's a penis or something, and it would mess with me psychologically, if that makes sense. So it's like, would you still smoke a cigarette? It will burn you. It will make you suck on a wiener basically, kind of nonsense, if that makes sense. And then due to me kind of being mentally gone and just out of it, I still smoked it, obviously. I went through so much trauma, guys. It was just horrible. It was just so evil, honestly. Hopefully this year and from now on, I get nothing but blessings from God, and I just went through so much, honestly. I wish to be happy from now, But anyways, so that's what happened in the Korean mental hospital. And also in the Korean mental hospital, if you get it's what is weird with it is that you have to get a signature from your parents to stay in the hospital, which is odd. So what if you don't have parents? What if you're an orphan? Like how are you to? I was wondering how would you go to the hospital? I guess you're not allowed to then, possibly, according to its rules and whatnot. I thought that was kind of strange, So my parents in the States, when I was in Korea, had to like electronically sign somehow or whatever, and then they got me in, obviously. And then and then on top of that, what is nice about this hospital, in my opinion, you can smoke cigarettes, you can buy snacks and stuff, you can play ping pong and all that, stuff that you don't normally see in the mental hospital, at least in the States. You can buy coffee and such. What else is there? Oh yes, and you can go outside if your parents sign you off. There's another floor in the hospital, a floor below is for people that has that permission to go outside, basically, because their parents gave them permission. So whatever happens with them and anything that happens with them, their parents are reliable, basically responsible, basically, is how it works. And so that kind of stuff is very nice, I thought. All these hospitals that I went to, mental hospitals I went to in the States, didn't have anything like that, So I thought it was quite nice, honestly. Ooh, man, I'm getting sexually attacked right now. I don't know what's going on. My private part was feeling kind of attacked. Anyways, so TMI, folks. And so, anyways, what else is there? I don't know what they're doing here in the school. Anyways, is there a Christmas party or something? I don't know. Anyway, so that's what happened. That's one of the things that have happened. What else is there? Oh yes, and I like to talk about jail, basically. So, like I said, jail and mental hospital is somewhat similar. Mental hospital is more comfortable than jail, basically, in the fact that you have groups and you have things that are much more good for you, basically, compared to, in my opinion, I think, compared to just sitting down and playing cards all day, if you do even play cards, in jail, that is. So my story with jail, guys, I went to jail twice in my life. One time because I lit up fireworks that projected to the air, So in Virginia, apparently, in the state of Virginia, you cannot have fireworks that go to the air. You can have fireworks, but you cannot have the fireworks that goes to the sky, basically. That's illegal, apparently. So I didn't know this, And then I went to the baseball stadium. I forgot what it was called at the moment. Apparently, it's well known, according to a guy that I was cellmates with in jail. He what is it? So when I went there, the park ranger arrived and the police arrived too, and they said you cannot, light up fireworks here. So they just said that, and then that was it. So then I went home in the neighborhood and I lit up fireworks there. And then this grandma that lives nearby, she was like super angry and raging basically because the fireworks was loud and it could have hit her house and whatnot. So I mean, I understand that she was mad obviously, but I thought it was kind of ridiculous. Like I don't know, whatever. So anyways, that's what happened, and then the police arrived because she called the cops basically, and then they said they read the Miranda rights or whatever it's called, and then they were saying you cannot have fireworks that goes to the air. So I spent about $500 worth of fireworks from Pennsylvania or something like that. I don't remember, it's been so long ago. But I bought fireworks, and then they took it all away. And I went to jail. And then so when I went to jail, what happened was the guys that were in jail, they were like, how are you in jail for lighting up over fireworks, And not coincidentally, because these things happen on purpose to me in my life, like Robert Duncan being murdered. He's an ex-CIA, ex-Harvard guy that made voice of God weapons on July, when I moved on July from Virginia to Illinois kind of thing. And so what was I saying? July, okay. What is it? Jail, I think. Jail, fireworks, I think. And then, yes, near Independence Day, that's what it was. So, near Independence Day is when I got in trouble. Because Independence Day, fireworks, obviously, 4th of July kind of thing, in America. And, the nation I served and everything. I just didn't know the laws, And so, me thinking it's a thing to do on that day, I, got in trouble. Apparently, you can't do that. You can't have fireworks that go to the air, to the sky, I meant. And so anyways, what else is there? And so that's what happened. And then I got sent to jail, and then the guys there were like in disbelief. They're like, "You're here because you lit up fireworks, They're like, "Are you serious?" and whatnot. And so like I remember that, and like one of the guys there were like, "Man, you are so thin. You're so skinny," because I'm a TI. I'm tortured and I have a hard time eating back then, especially. Now I eat still somewhat all right, honestly. Not even that good, honestly. But I am gaining weight because of medication, which is a good thing, I think. Somewhat. 170 pounds, so it's a good thing, instead of being too thin, if that makes sense. But anyways, so that's what happened. I remember some imbeciles that were there, and there were some guy that arrives later and talks about some like sexual stuff with like women and whatnot, and like perverted. I get confused with this word perversion. So in Korea, when we talk about like girls and their body parts and whatnot, and we find it hot or whatever and talk about it, then we're perverts. We're not like gentlemen, if that makes sense. But in the U.S., you're gay if you're like that, apparently. It's normal to say those things, apparently. And then, what's the other one that I was trying to say? What is it? Gay. Um, perverts. Uh, perverts. Oh man, I can't remember right now. I don't know what's going on in my body. It's feel like Vaseline or something, or some kind of I don't know. Something feels nice. It feels like what do you call it? I can't talk for some reason right now. It's frustrating. Anyways, jail. Yeah, the what do you call it? The guy there. Yeah, so I was like, so the guy was talking about sex and women and whatever, blah blah blah, and he's like, what do you think? Asking me on purpose because I'm the only Asian guy there, I'm guessing, and I said I'm a Christian, so I don't try to talk about those kind of things, and then he's like, okay, or whatever, and then like he talks to me like as if we're buddies or something, which was quite annoying when I was in jail with him. When I was in jail, and so that's what happened. And what else am I talking about? I saw a fight happen in jail. These two fat guys, they were fighting over whatever reasons it was. I can't remember what it was, but they were like pushing each other and whatnot. And then they were put on lockdown or whatever for fighting basically. And then what else was there that happened? There's a guy in jail that was another Asian guy, possibly Korean, sadly. But he was shorter than I, much shorter, and he was a pedophile, I think. So there was like, when in jail, there's like tables of, if you're pedophile, molesters, they sit in one group. The other group, if they're assaulters, if they assaulted people or something like that, they're in another, and so on. It's just like, how do you explain this? Tables for each individuals, basically, what kind of crime they committed. It's like a category of each tables being certain categories. So anyways, the Asian guy tried to talk to me, but I was like, nope, I'm not gonna get involved with this guy because I might get hated on for talking to him or something like that, which could be true, but it's not a big deal, honestly. I don't think. And then I was kind of like getting mad at my attorney of whatever reasons it was back then. And then this one kid was just on me, literally. He would just not, mind his own business and would just constantly annoy me when I'm on the phone. Man, if I was right now, I would have probably, trashed him, honestly. Since I have the weight now, But back then I was thin, But anyways, and that kid was apparently an imbecile that stabbed somebody, had to deal with. I don't know, I thought it was just stupid. I really hate people that are religious, that, that they say Allah or Muhammad or Jesus and they don't go by what they teach, I really hate those kind of people. Like them being fake, basically, trying to just get, people to like them or some nonsense, if that makes sense. Like, it was just so annoying. Like these imbeciles, that kid that stabbed somebody or whatever, he basically was. They would go on the top floor basically and face a certain way to where the sun is or something like that, and they would do the prayer thing or whatever for Islam, Muslims, and like I just really despised it, honestly. It was really aggravating because how fake he was, Like if you're gonna be a Muslim, God is of love, you know. You gotta be good. You can't be like that constantly and annoy the crap out of people, you know. He doesn't even apologize or anything. He doesn't own up to what he does, but, you know, just makes Islam look bad, basically, you know. So, anyways, that's what happened. My cellmate was pretty cool. He was an Irish guy. His story was he tried to stop his dad from firing the gun. Basically, his dad had like dementia or something like that, and then he tried to stop the gun from being fired, basically, and then it accidentally fired, and then it hit his daughter or something like that on the legs or something to it, and then thus due to that reason he was to serve in prison for like years apparently if he loses the case. So I don't know what happened with him. He has my phone number. I wish I got his phone number to talk to him, but I thought it was a bad idea having these kind of people as connections or whatever, because they went to jail when I went to jail too. Not everybody who goes to jail are bad and wicked. So anyways, something like that. I just try to stay away from people like that, obviously, that go to jail and whatnot. It's just, but then biblical times too. Those guys that talk about Christ and stuff, they end up in jail, and we go through those kind of trials and sufferings. So anyways, that's one time when I went to jail. First time. Second time when I went to jail was so I came back from Korea all just broken, destroyed, basically, from gang stalking and mind control, and a fire happening in the apartment, and puppies and kittens being taken away again, and heartbreak and all kinds of nonsense. So I come back, and then I try to go to a Motel 6 because I didn't have a place to stay, and I bought the amount, basically, of Motel 6 to stay in the Motel 6, and then I showed the people that worked there. I said, hey, I'm a paying customer. I have this here, and then they basically say, you cannot stay here. You gotta go. We're gonna call the cops. I'm like, what the hell? What is this about? If my mind was just anything sane like now, I would have just showed the cops, the receipt, and then the cops would have said something about it, possibly. If not, I would have just left, obviously, and then got my money back first, and then would have left. So I didn't get my money back, and I went to jail for it, basically. What happened was they called the cops, and the cops said, you cannot stay here. You're trespassing. So I'm like, the hell, I was like mentally broken and gone, so I wasn't able to respond back and say anything, honestly. I'm just standing there still while the cops are looking at me in a arm's reach distance. And then basically they what was it? They basically yes. So I headbutted the cop's security camera because I saw one of the cops as a guy that tortures me from mind control, named Drew West from the army that I used to work with. The actual Drew West, I don't think he's a bad guy. It's just this gang stalking crap that's going on. For sure is evil, but I don't know if Drew West is also evil, doing these criminal things, illegal things, obviously. So anyways, I headbutted his security camera because I was like, I wanted to drop him, basically, and then it cracked. That's how hard I headbutted it, apparently. And then due to that reason, they then arrest me. Then they take me to a facility, jail, basically. And then they strip me naked. They gave me something to wear, basically, something green, I think, that covers the body. And then what else? And then I see Batman there and whatnot. Apparently, Batman's the reason why I was there, apparently, because if I was out and about, I would have gone into a car accident and would have died, apparently, according to Batman. So what I mean by that is I see Batman, Bruce Wayne, the old guy from, Batman, for the people that know what I'm talking about, and he helps me. He kind of helps me, I think, because sometimes I do wonder if it's because one main reason, it's not even the real Batman. What I mean by that is there are people that are of Batman, for example, but it's another person inside that Batman, controlling that Batman, basically, if that kind of makes sense. I found out way later. At first, it's like I thought it was the real Batman, but the technology told me it was some good guy or whatever that was trying to basically help me, I guess, or something like that. But yeah, it's not the real Batman at the moment. I haven't met him yet, I don't think, possibly, or I probably did, but I don't know. So anyways, yeah, so this has been going on. I went to jail, and apparently it was because of that fake Batman or whatever Batman, and because I would have died, apparently, if I wasn't out and about and drove. And what else is there? Oh, there's a penny. I always pick these up for luck, just in case. I need all the luck and blessings I can get, obviously, from all this trauma and evil that I've gone through. But anyway, so I went to jail, and then this just stuck in the solitary confinement, schizophrenia, mind control stuff goes insane there, basically. I started seeing my hands all green and like buff, basically. I don't know, I thought it was transforming or some nonsense. That happened. I would hear like lions roaring every time, which was interesting, which was fascinating. That happened. What else? Some kind of like hidden, like Indiana Jones kind of like places, those kind of secret chambers or whatever, kind of mysterious kind of stuff was being shown to me. What else was there? Another guy. He said call him magic or some nonsense, and like he knew what I was thinking or something like that, is what I remember, and I thought that was weirdly crazy, honestly. That's what happened, and then another guy, as if it was Guajardo, literally. It felt like it so much. So one time when I was in the solitary confinement, I saw this guy that looks like a guy named Guajardo that was in the army with me. He's a Mexican sergeant, basically, in the army I was with. And, these guys I don't have too much problems with, honestly, not, I just didn't like him that much, honestly, I'm not going to lie, but just straight up disgusting, talks about sex too much and whatever, But anyways, so this guy, so that's what happened. And then, what was it? Yeah, so the guard was like, looked just like Guajardo, the guy that I'm talking about that was in the army with me. And then he would be like, what was it called? What is it called? The rappers? Not 3 6 Mafia, not Eminem, not Tupac, not Biggie Smalls, not Diddy. What's that guy's name? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember what they're called, what the guys are. I don't know if this is even that important at the moment. But anyway, so he just like saying their names basically, and then it was just that basically, and I was just like, I'm just so tired, I want to like punch these guys and like kill them basically. I was just raging, honestly. I was so tired of being tortured. I was perverted through this mind control crap of my mom and such and so on, and all kinds of disgusting crap, and just evil, basically, just straight evil. And so that's what happened. And then, man, I'm seeing stuff right now. I don't know who the hell that was. Somebody that passed by the library was looking at me all angry. See, this technology makes me see stuff that actually is true to some degree, So I don't know who the hell that was. Something happened, obviously. Maybe they got punished or something for me, you know, saying all these things, possibly. I have no idea. But anyways, I don't know. This whole crap is just crazy, honestly. I wish for it to end, and give me my justice and my compensation, and for me to just move on. There's so many millionaires. Why can't I just be one too and just live my life, right? That's what I'm hoping on one day. I'm still young, not too young anymore. I'm 35. But anyways, so back on track with the jail thing. So the Guajardo thing happened. His name is Guajardo, and then the security guard or whatever, the prison guard or whatever they're called, was talking about some kind of thing. And then when I went to the general, what's the place called? Where everybody is at, basically, instead of solitary confinement. General population, I think is what it's called. When I went there, the guy's like, Kim, like how Guajardo would talk, like the things that aggravate me, that I want to just drop him, I just want to just kick him in the face a little bit, kind of stuff. I know I'm getting a little bit violent here in words, obviously. I am the nicest person. I mean, yes, I did, I do strike, honestly. How do I explain it? What I mean by strike is I don't strike people, obviously not, unless they're criminals and they torture the crap out of me, Then obviously, not just strike, I'll kill them, obviously, for self-defense, right? But anyways, yes, what I mean by strike is like PTSD, right? And then like back in the motel, what I remember was I was so synchronized with the mind control, and it was driving me insane. And then I just knee-jerk reaction, I punched the window and damaged it, And then the window, the glass, broke and whatnot, and I had to pay money more to the motel or whatever people basically there. And so anyways, I'm hearing that stuff right now, Kim annoying stuff right now. I don't know why. I have no idea. Oh, I don't know what the hell this is as well. I see like fog, not fog, some kind of like mist or fog or something like that. And there will be a bunch of like sharp like daggers like going at my enemies. I don't know. That's what I witnessed. I don't know what it is. When I stand still, like it just happens like that. I don't know. Maybe this is all like ancient arts of like stuff that's always existed in the past, and it just happens with like very few selected important people or something like that. It's my just assumption. But anyway, so. This guy, he what was I saying? Yes, he's like Kim. That thing. That's how the Guajardo annoyed the crap out of me, in the army. He'll be yelling my name in the barracks, Kim, every time. I have so much self-control that I didn't go out and just punch them or anything, drop them, I'm just surprised. That's how damaged I am. It's not that I have that kind of self-control. I do have self-control, obviously, but I am that damaged, basically, from abuse growing up from my dad, my mom, and then being a TI shit, and, just all this crap. Because if I was a healthy person, long time ago, I would have, raged at my dad for him, talking to me about going to the hospital or whatever kind of nonsense, And I would have probably striked him, striked at him or whatever you call it, That would be a healthy, normal person. But I am just so numb from pornography addiction and all kinds of crap that, my mind just kind of, just numb, just doesn't know how to respond. Sadly, I have gotten much better where I respond much more now, at least, but it's still kind of dead, and the depression and whatnot, basically, is just really horrible. So, anyways, yes, that was jail the second time. Stayed there for like 5 months or 6 months or something like that. I got it. Thankfully though, I got paid when I got out, a good chunk, like $20,000 from the army basically, which was thankful. All right. But you know, they drain your finances, the gang stalkers and whatnot. But anyways, so the jail, that's what happened. I was going insane, hallucinating, seeing stuff in the solitary confinement especially. And then the general population was crazy. And right now, I don't know what's going on with my vision, honestly. Like, things are like warping in and out right now. It's crazy. I don't know what the hell's happening. There's all kinds of nonsense with the mind control. I don't know what's going on with this paranormal activity crap too. Like people that are walking by me, they look like they're possessed or something in my brain, in my eyes. It's scary. It's creepy a little bit. But anyways, so this is a long video, 51 minutes. I'm gonna come to an end soon so I can post it on TikTok too. So make sure, guys, you subscribe, like, and comment, and share my channel and videos basically. Show me some love, you know, so I can make it big too on YouTube and TikTok as well. So I can have a voice, so I can, you know, share these things that other TIs don't have a voice for, can, you know, be helped basically because of my, you know, experiences and what I share basically and whatnot. And you know, if my one of the goals are, if I make it big on YouTube and also TikTok, you know, all those guys that are voiceless, you know, that are TIs especially, I would mention their names if they want me to, and then, you know, tell the world what happened with them, you know. At least if I did that kind of idea, right? You know, they will feel refreshed at least, if that makes sense. And then who knows, due to those kind of, you know, domino effect, they might get their justice along with me, obviously. And so anyways, yeah, so make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. This is a lengthy video, not too lengthy, but somewhat lengthy, I guess. It was fun talking about mental hospital and jail. I hope this helps out somebody that are going to you know, some troubling times and sufferings right now, and dealing with mental hospitals or jail. It's not, keep in mind, it's not the end of the world, you know. It's horrible, yeah, it sucks, but you know, I am here, I support you basically. I also went through it, so just keep your head up and just, you know, try to do your time if you're dealing with it, and then, you know, it will end, that kind of stuff, you know, with jail, mental hospital. So when that happens, you know, you'll be in good shape. So just keep going and don't give up, and you know, that's all I can say basically. So anyways, hope everyone has a good Christmas. It's the 10th of December, Tuesday. 15 more days Christmas, then New Year's, and so on. I hope to see much increase in my YouTube channel and followers on TikTok and so on. But I hope to see you guys doing well, basically. Everyone doing well and safe, and you know, doing good. That'd be nice. I like to see, you know, people happy, obviously. You know, in good ways, obviously. All right, guys. That's it. That's my message. Signing out. Take care, all. All right, bye.